Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like the crack of dawn, giving them all dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Oh, yeah, everybody listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Why don't you join? Yeah. Better give me some eggs. Why not listen to me, Harvey? Yeah, join me. Come with me, help me say. I'm not afraid to go home. You gotta turn it on. Yeah, turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn them up, Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on to the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on, do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. Y'all listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey. Man, got a radio show. Wow, man, how good has God been to me? You know, today, let me get right to it because I'm kind of feeling this today, and I'm pretty sure there's quite a few of you who go through the same things. Today was just a little tough morning for me because I didn't want to leave home yesterday. I wanted to stay home a little. I had just gotten home. I got to go again. And sometimes, just the weight of all that you have to do just gets on you sometimes. And sometimes you don't feel like doing it today. Huh? I'm just talking to those who feel this way every now and then. And I'm assuming that would be everybody because I don't know nobody who can just plow through this thing without having those days. Well, what do you do when it gets hard to stay up? What do you do when it gets hard to be positive? What do you do when it seems like things aren't happening for you fast enough or in the time frame that you thought it was going? What do you do? And the reason that I guess I chose to speak about this morning is because I'm having one of those days, because I had one of those days yesterday. It was just a tough day. I really can't explain it. It's nothing really in particular bad happened. It's just I think the weight of all that's going on started to feel heavy to me. And so what do you do when you have days like that, when it's hard to be positive, when it's hard to stay up? Okay, here's what I had to start doing this morning. Now, I haven't completed it. Can I just be real with you? I haven't completed it, but I am processing it out because I know what to do. Been there, done that. I done had that pain before I know what to do. If I sprain my finger, I know what to do now. The first sprain I had, oh Lord, I thought it was broke. I thought I was going to be handicapped. But now if I sprain my finger, I know what to do. So since I've been in this position, in this hole so many times before, and God has always gotten me through it, I decided I've got to start the process today. Here are some things. Now I'm going to get to the big one last. And one of the things I do is I remember the plan. Sit down and I consciously think about the goals I've set. I go over them. See, I've got mine down on the iPad, so I can pull them out anywhere I am and pull them up. And I've got 2 lists that I've made. I've got a list of things that I know I can accomplish if I just keep working hard. And if a couple of things just fall into place that I can see, then I got a list of things that I'm planning on accomplishing. And then I have a second list. And the heading of this list is called Only God Can Help Me Now. And on this list is things that I'm aspiring for or things that I'm hoping to, that in order for them to happen, I absolutely have to have God's help. That's my favorite list. It's the list that I have of the things that I don't see no way it can happen. I'm just operating on faith and the hope that God hear me. And so sometimes, man, when when I have this list of what only God can help me now, that list is stuff that I cannot see. I'm just operating on faith that God is so much bigger than me, that he's so much more capable than I am, that I can actually acquire some things in my life, as he's proven to me time and time again up to this point, that he's willing to do for me if I'm willing to just give him some of my life. That's the only way I can explain my existence today. You know, I began the conversation with my wife. How do I write a book that becomes so wildly successful? That would be God. That's only God. Because if you can plan to sit down and write a wildly successful book, I'd have been done sat down and did it. And so would you. So that would be God. How it got purchased to become a movie when that was not my intent when I wrote the book at all. Again, that would be God right there. It has to be, because if I can't explain it and it is by no doing of my own, then who did it? So when I get down in days like this, I remember the goal. I remember the plan. I remember the journey. I think about of all the things God has brought me through. How did I even get to this point? Yeah, I might be having a little bummer of a day. Yeah, I was a little down yesterday. Yeah, my biorhythms is off, whatever they want to call it. Yeah, I'm just having one of those days. I feel a little bit heavy. I need a vacation real bad. I need some time off to just go and regenerate. But right now, man, I ain't got that. So guess what I do? I got to start remembering the plan. I got to start remembering the goals. I got to start thinking about all the things that God has done for me and how he's brought me this far and the blessings that I have instead of what I don't have. And that's what I'm in the process of doing this morning. And on the commercial breaks, I'm going to pull out my iPad and I'm going to go over my 2 lists and I'm going to read my little list of what I think I can accomplish. And I'm going to really read that Only God Can Help Me Now list. Because that's the list that's big. That's the part where I've been telling y'all. I said, quit telling God how big your problems are and start telling your problems how big your God is. See, and that's what I got to sit down and do this morning. And then sometimes, man, you got to stay still. That's the other part. You got to stay still. You got to quit moving for a second. Because sometimes it feels like you're running on a treadmill. And you really ain't. You're going somewhere, but it feel like you're running on a treadmill. Well, when you get that feeling, sometimes you got to stay still. And then when you stay still, sometimes you got to fight to stay positive. Sometimes you got to fight not to let the devil win. You're in a fight. Remember, I told you this now. You're in a fight now. So he trying to get you to get on that positive train so he can get you off the faith train. So God's delivery package that's coming to you built on your faith, that he can shake your faith and get you to thinking negative. And then he wins. See, so when you start feeling negative, just know that that's the other force trying to throw you off track. And when you get through with all that, here's the key, the big one. You want me to tell it to you? You got to pray, man. You got to pray. You got to take it to God. You got to say, hey, God, look, I'm having one of these days. I need your help. I got business to take care of. You got blessings in front of me. You got stuff you done shipped to me. You got blessings and packages that's on the way. I need to be sitting on Faith Street so I can receive the delivery when it get there. What I don't want to do is be on Doubted Way or Lack of Understanding Parkway or Pity Parkway or some street like that, and the package keep going by. I need to be standing and sitting on Faith Street, so when you drop that package down to me, I can go on and get it. You feel me? You got to pray. You got to stay still. You got to fight to stay positive. You got to remember the plan. You got to go over the goals. Come on, man. God done brought you too far. Come on, pick yourself up today. I'm talking to Steve Harvey this morning. I hope y'all didn't mind.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. He's back. Rested, tested, blessed, favored, motivated, encouraged, over the moon, overjoyed, and over gratitude. Matter of fact, I'm not over gratitude. I can't thank him enough. I can't say enough good things about God. I just can't, man. He all that, everything. There are no words. There are no words. Try as we may. There are no words to suffice on how good God is. Not to me. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Harvey Morning Show back in full regalia. Shirley Strawberry, Carla Farrell, Mississippi Monica Jr., and the legend that is Nephew Tommy, and yours truly, back in love again. I'm LTD. I'm LTD. I'm all that. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome back, Steve.
Back, man.
Back. So much happened. You know, when you're out the country, let me tell you, you'll just walk somewhere and someone go, your president is leaving. What has happened to you? And then you
like,
go,
what?
And then you got to go get your computer out because they don't cover none of that on TV. They could care less. But across the country, I will say this, though, across the world that I've run into, there is huge Kamala Harris support.
Oh,
good.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Outstanding.
Good.
Yeah. Got to turn into votes. That's the most important thing. Period.
Yeah.
Well, I would say, Junior, what's on your mind, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm scared. A lot of weeks without me. I don't know, you know.
Look, what you can do, though, you can really thank Tommy. I mean, he really did a fantastic job, and I can't believe I'm saying
He
that.
did.
I have heard, let me tell y'all
He did.
something. I have heard from people who listen to the show who are friends of mine who text me. He said, man, the show good. He said, the biggest compliment was Tommy has levels they didn't know he had.
True.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you know, because when I'm here, he don't need to have all the levels. You know what I mean? He can just be ignorant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a given.
He was. Yeah. Oh, he was that. Now, please.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
No. They didn't say he wasn't ignorant. They said he had levels they didn't know he had.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
that's the difference.
You know, ignorant people you can't really eradicate that. You just can't wipe that out. That not after 50-some years of, you can't get rid of that in a week. You can't do that.
You should know, Uncle Steve.
I've been ignorant so long. If somebody said, you know, you're not ignorant anymore, I would have to go check in somewhere.
See what's wrong, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this. The upcoming election, is the electricity for Kamala Harris the way I think it is?
Yes, it is.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
First we were depressed, then we're surprised, then we were elated and overjoyed. We went.
Oh, you're talking about with the election overall. Okay.
Now Trump is depressed.
Yeah. Coming up at 32 minutes after the hour, Steve is back from vacation.
Back in love. I get mixed emotions.
We got church complaints coming up next. You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as promised, Steve Harvey is back. It is time now for church complaints with Reverend Motown and Deacon Def Jam.
We foregavel.
Yeah.
In this poscurious way.
Come on here, boy. It's been a long time.
We out here still on a wait time.
Yeah.
Mysteriously wondering what it is.
Yeah.
Now time for church complaint. I haven't heard a complaint in so long. I see no reason why we is continuing on, but somehow Deacon has found a way. Go ahead, Deacon.
Yeah. Well,
Church
Pastor, these
complaints.
Yeah, these today are more like work complaints since you have been gone. These are work complaints from this congregation. Yeah. Let me see how to start. Let's see. We have an issue with Shirley Strawberry. She had a half a glass of champagne during her monumental birthday and was tipsy for 2 days. I needed you to know that. They are complaining about that.
Yeah, I've seen Shirley before, long time ago, had a full drink.
Yeah.
And Lord, when them eyes is at half mast, it's something to see.
Lord, today.
Oh, slobbering and speech slurring. Ain't nothing worse than a proper person with slurred speech.
Lord. Now, I hate to say it, but Junior's hairline has moved 2 centimeters back.
Lord God.
Since you have been gone, it has moved 2 centimeters.
Where is it now? Where is it now? How far back has it gone?
Yes, Lord.
It's so far back. He don't need no comb.
Yes. Lord. Let's see.
I see he got on the hat this morning too.
Well, we've asked him to wear that until you get back. We didn't want we didn't want to see it no more till you got here. So
all right.
We was worried about that. Let me continue here now. What did this say?
Junior hairline going back like he running 100 in the Olympics.
Noah.
Lazy.
Lord,
He the
today.
Noah hairline.
What else here? It looks like Carla had she wants to be crowned as the head cheer mom, and they are I think she's up against about 3 or 4 cheer moms, and she's trying to get us to get behind her and march on that, and I don't think that's really that necessary.
Oh, you can march all you want. Them white folk ain't going for that.
I deserve the crown.
You might deserve. You might deserve, but they're not finna have no white cheer mama.
I'm not gonna beat them. The election.
I'm telling you right now, you gonna be the head cheer mom. You had to pick up some weight. You ain't got no weight on you. You gonna have to get more weight on you, Carly.
So it's over.
Yeah, you ain't getting weight. You gonna have to dye your hair till it like platinum.
Well, I'm almost there. Okay.
All right. These are just things that have transpired since you've been gone, Pastor. Now listen, we have another issue. Our producer Monica is doing a GoFundMe page because she wants a dog, and she's asking if we would put together yes. She's trying to get, I don't know the name of the dog or what type of dog it is, but she's trying to do that. So I want you to
Why she got a GoFundMe page for a dog? The dog she has, somebody gave that to her.
I didn't know that.
Buy your own damn dog.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
A new fur baby.
Why don't you go down there to the shelter, Sister Monty? Go down there to the shelter. They give them away dogs. Right before they put them to sleep, they'll give them away.
Where you going with this, Pastor?
Well, these are just facts. Ain't no need of getting mad at me.
Yeah.
That's the one thing white folk don't want you to know. They'll put a dog to sleep now. But they don't call it sleep. They call it euthanize. Euthanizing. Your ass ain't finna get young. I can tell you that now.
Tell on yourself, nephew. Tell on yourself.
Wait a minute.
Deacon.
Yeah, I'm not nephew. I don't know how you getting this confused.
Whoever you are, tell on yourself.
Okay, but let me go ahead and say this.
That's still that champagne still working on our.
That's all that is. That's all.
Hot milk.
Cedric.
Here's another one, Pastor. It seems like it's brewing again. It is brewing again. It looks like Junior and Tommy are talking about racing again. That's what it sounds like, Pastor. I don't know what. It just seems like, I don't know if it's all this running. Both of them think they got it again. I don't know, but it looks like that. I'm just telling you the stuff that has been brewing since you have been gone. That's all I'm saying.
Well, once again, let me say this about a foot race between the two of them. I would recommend, because how many years has it been since the last race?
Oh, it's been a minute.
It's been a while.
Good 6 or 7 at least. Huh?
Yeah, that's why I think, please let this go, because neither one of y'all is what you was back then.
Yeah.
And a whole lot more. See, it'd be like me running. See, but you pull a hamstring when you was running. I'll blow my whole butt out if I try to run at a fast pace. Skip, pull a muscle. It's called a booty snatch. Feel like somebody just snatched the whole center part out and throw it on the floor.
Okay.
While I'm running.
Yeah.
You have made your point.
Really?
Okay.
Well, I've been gone, so I'm trying to be extra. Making up for lost time. Don't run.
Coming up next, it is time to ask the CLO. He is back in the building. You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Coming up at the top of the hour in entertainment news, our fearless leader is back, and we can't wait to hear about his big vacation, all of that. Kamala Harris is officially the Democratic nominee for president, and we are eagerly waiting to see who she will select as her running mate for vice president today. That is all coming up at the top of the hour, but right now it is time to ask the CLO. Steve Harvey is back in the building as our chief love officer. Here we go with Andrea in White Plains. Andrea writes, I overheard my husband on a call telling one of his exes that he's very happily married now. He laughed a lot and told her that it could have been her, but she was playing. Am I his second choice? Is it okay to ask him what he meant by that?
Well, I think he said what he meant. He told this woman he's very happily married now.
Yeah.
Now, the rub in your face was it could have been you.
Nah.
But you was playing.
Yeah.
Now, please know she's sick about that. Because she probably good and single. And the fact that you overheard him speaking positively about you, I would leave it alone.
Don't ask him anything, you're saying.
But you ain't going to do that.
No, we're not.
Because you don't know how to leave. What was you talking to her for?
Hello.
Am I your second choice?
That part.
What were y'all kikiing about?
And why
all
y'all
this
talking, all that.
Dog. So I already know. CLO done gave you his advice. You ain't finna take it, so do you.
All right. Charles in Selma says, my neighbor's wife left him for another man. I have seen her come by the house and check his mail at least 4 times. I make sure she sees me watching her. Should I mention it to my neighbor or let him handle his own mess? Please advise.
Now, why you in that? Handle his own mess? She done left him for another man. How much more messy can it be? Yeah. So she over there checking the mail. She left him for another man. She forgot to take the mail.
What is she looking for? Check. What's over there?
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
So yeah. Make sure she see you. That's fine. I don't know what that supposed to do. That ain't stopping her. She's still coming. You better not go over there and say nothing.
Let him handle his own mess. All right. Moving on to Onika in Henderson. Onika writes, I was supposed to meet a coworker at a hotel last week, and he didn't show up. He hasn't answered any of my calls or texts, and he's been off since Wednesday. Our boss is not telling us anything. I'm so worried. Should I go by his house?
Okay.
You mean, should you go by they house?
Come on, CLO. Yes.
Should you go by they house? He ain't show up at the hotel. He ain't been at work for a week. I'm so worried. Somebody found out about this rendezvous. He may not be at the house, but I can tell you what he is doing. He is somewhere probably recovering. Recovering. Somebody found out about this rendezvous, and it ain't been the same at his house since. Don't go by that house.
Please don't. All right, last one. Estella in Las Colinas. Estella says, I had sex with a guy and he stayed over all night. My sister called to see how the sex was, and I told her it was terrible. I was speaking in Spanish, and I didn't know that the guy speaks Spanish too. I feel bad for what I said.
No bueno.
How do I fix?
It's no bueno. No good.
How do I fix it?
Yeah. I don't care if you can't speak Spanish. You know when somebody telling you ain't got good sex. No, señor, no. You be, I don't care. No hable anglais. No.
Anglais.
No, do you? Uno, dos, tres. That's it.
1, 2, 3. Let's see if you count it.
Yeah, that's all, because you know he talking about you. Un poquito. Mi son, mi si we say, un poquito. You ain't got to speak Spanish.
True.
I can't speak Spanish. And if I'm hearing this, I know they talking about, oh, la, 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 la. Oh, comprende. Oh, so loco. You know.
He crazy.
You don't
So
understand.
City se loco. Es so slow. No me appreciate.
You're just making up Spanish.
No more wante.
No me want to.
No more
Speak in
No
English.
more too short. Un poquito. Oh.
Steve.
Yeah. All that translates. Spanish. I don't care if you don't speak Spanish. When you done gave a woman some bad sex, you know it. I don't care. She gonna say something.
El Negro.
Terrible.
Yeah. El negro. El nejo. El nejo. Illegal.
We know what it is.
I want to turn him in. I want to deport. Ice.
That bad, huh?
Ooh, that's pretty bad.
He no grande. He no grande at all. No single. No. Uno, dos, tres.
Minutos.
Minutes.
Yeah.
El minutos. Oh, you mean like the mint? No, I mean like minutes. No, Mentos is a mint.
Yes. Wow. That was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That was
no,
bad.
you ain't got to speak Spanish to yeah. He knew you was talking about him. What difference do it make? And he stayed over there. See, listen to me, fella. If you don't have a good reputation in bed, when you get through, go home.
Okay. But question, though. Question, Steve. How do you know? How would he know that he's not good in bed? But what if he thinks he is?
You can see.
What if
You
no
look
one
at
told
her.
him? What if
Look
no
at
one
her.
told him?
Look at her. If she's staring at you like what?
No, she pick up her phone.
Yeah. If both y'all get through and she sit up when you sit up,
It was bad.
dog, you ain't
It was
did
bad.
that.
That's
Dog,
pretty
you
bad,
ain't
buddy.
did. If she sit up when you sit up,
It was bad.
Yeah.
That's
if you get up to go to the bathroom and she run past you,
You're
It
terrible.
was bad. Ooh, it was bad.
Pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah.
At the same time.
Okay.
Anymore?
So she can't fix it though, right?
Anymore?
So she can't.
if you tell her to
can't
bring
fix
you a
bad
hot
sex.
towel
Uh-huh.
out the bathroom and she holler back in there what you need it for,
It was bad.
I'm
Ooh,
just
it
gonna
was
tell
bad.
you, dog. I'm just gonna tell you this. Hey, baby, let me have a hot towel when you come out there. What you need it for? Don't worry about that, dog. Just put your clothes on and go and get in your car.
Clean it off the nightstand.
All right. Thank you, CLO. Welcome back, Chief Love Officer. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have some entertainment news
One
for
more,
you
Shirley.
right after this.
If all the covers still look the same when you get through, you ain't doing nothing, dog. Just go and get
It
the
was
car.
bad. You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. All right, so Steve, you know we're so happy to have you back and everything, but so much has been going on. So much has been going on with this year's presidential election since you left. Well, President Biden withdrew from the race. You know that. He endorsed Kamala Harris, our VP for president now. So did former presidents Obama, Clinton, and most recently former President Jimmy Carter, who said he hopes to live long enough to vote for Kamala. That's deep right there. That's deep.
Yeah. You know what? It was pretty interesting because from my standpoint, you know, I was out the country when the news came down. And everywhere I went, people go, "Your president is quitting. What is wrong?" You know, like I know. But I thought it was really, really good for him to step down at this time, because it just wasn't a good look. And it wasn't making his supporters feel reassured with his performance in the debate. I thought that Van Jones's assessment of it was a bit harsh when I heard it on CNN right after the debate. Van Jones was the first one who came out and said he should step down. And I thought that was a bit harsh, but he was so correct because I didn't think he would step down. But, you know, in his condition and being, I think his main concern should be to just take care of his health and rest and preserve his life. Because if he is in this condition right now, where are we going to be in 2 years, let alone 4? So I thought it was great of him to step down. He's done a great job, but he doesn't have the energy to continue. But Kamala Harris, let me tell you something. When I was in Atlanta and I interviewed her, Monica was down there with me. And when I went down there to interview her at the 100 Black Men Conference, and I sat on stage with her, and I was the selected person to interview her. When she got through with that, I said that I had never seen that version of Vice President Kamala Harris, because I hadn't talked to her in a while. She was making so many strong, valid points, and she was so assertive. Now, at the time, I had no idea that she was going to be the nominee, but I felt really good, and she got a standing ovation from that crowd. And I just think that the energy that she's put into this election has been just what was needed. I was so happy because all I can get the stuff is on internet because they don't care nothing about that on TV.
Can I ask you this, Steve? Did you hear about the black women for Kamala, the Zoom calls, the black men, the white dudes for Kamala?
The black men, all of that support. It's just been, it's what's needed. And out the gate, and it's also going to expose our voting power again.
Yes.
Again, this election will expose our power at the polls. So for everybody who has been wanting to say, I ain't voting for nobody unless they have an agenda for black people, please listen to me. Nobody can go with an agenda for black people no more than a person can stand up and say, here's an agenda for white people. You already know when they include it. You just have to see where you fit in. Now, there are things that the Biden administration has done that has greatly benefited the black community. But you can't go in there with just a black issue because you got to pass it by too many white people in the Senate and the House. They're not finna do that. They're already trying to get rid of black history in schools. They're trying to get rid of diversity issues. They've already gotten rid of affirmative action. So, hey, look, man. We got to continue to show our strength at the polls and then put the people of our choice in office. And this, again, is a great opportunity for us to show. This is a great opportunity for us to show our voting power. And Kamala Harris is the right person to get behind it. I just want I want to see a debate.
Well, good luck. We do too. So does she. But
that's gonna be
Trump is running.
Well,
I want
he's
a
running.
good VP, a good vice president pick. I think that's a key as well. Finding the right person.
Yeah, I don't know who is it. Are they talking about a front runner?
Yeah, I mean, they have Josh Shapiro out of Pennsylvania. They have Mark Kelly out of Arizona. They have some good people, and the guy Tim Waltz out of Minnesota. I think those are the top three.
Yeah, there's a lot of Republicans coming out in support of Kamala Harris too.
Yeah, they're Republicans for Kamala. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've just got to be smart as a voting bloc to not get distracted by the noise. You know, this man, Donald Trump keeps saying, I've done more for black people since President Lincoln. Okay, what?
What? Yeah.
What? You know, man, y'all got to quit letting people just say anything to you. Yeah. If you've done so much for black people, then just show me what. If you're black for Trump, show me how Trump is for blacks. Just show me that. Or are you running your mouth? And y'all stop don't worry about the Amber Roses and the Candace Parkers.
Owens.
Don't nobody.
Yeah.
Candace Owens. I'm sorry, Candace Parker, the basketball player. Candace Owens. Candace Parker probably going, what the hell he talking about?
What I do?
Yeah.
He's been away, Candace.
Yeah, man. Stop. Amber Rose, when you look at her and she talks, it don't make no damn sense. Just ain't no blacks for Trump.
We just got to get to the polls. You're right, Steve. Coming up at 20 minutes after the hour, hurricane season is upon us. It's been very active, and now southern states are bracing for Hurricane Debby. And the weather in Paris is affecting the summer games as well. We'll talk about it right after this. You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. The National Hurricane Center is closely monitoring Hurricane Debby after Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands got a lot of heavy rain this weekend. Debby is fast moving through Florida and the Gulf of Mexico, where she is expected to intensify. Residents along the Gulf Coast from Louisiana to Florida are all encouraged to be prepared for the likelihood of heavy rain and flooding. Debby is projected to intensify quickly with top-end winds around 35 miles per hour. That's fast. So
listen, if it's lightning, start packing up now. What is y'all waiting on? If you see lightning, pack up. Load the car up. Get out of there. Do what you got to do. Once it starts lightning, I gets to moving. I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
And the hurricanes ain't just about lightning. It's about the wind.
But lightning is a sign. It's a sign. When you see the lightning.
That's your thing, the lightning thing. It's wind, flooding. It's all of that.
But when the lightning come first, once you see the lightning, get your behind out of there. What is you waiting on?
What, Steve?
Packing up now.
You know, just the way he extends his fear onto everybody else.
Yes.
Now he wants the whole Olympics shut down because he's scared of lightning. All the people 4 years of practicing.
What are you throwing these javelins and shot putting and all this, these cleats on the bottom of these shoes? Y'all got all this metal on. What is y'all? You need to get y'all ass out of there. Sit down.
So you want them to just leave the games? Just leave the.
They can play in another 4 years. It ain't that
Well, they did delay the League Golf National. They did delay that because of lightning and rain. So they
you think with this metal rod in your hand? You think?
Ooh, you be tripping about some lightning.
Man.
If he see lightning on TV,
he under the
we will not be ready to love no more. We out.
This is terrible. You know, they don't have any air conditioning over there, so the hurricane did affect the summer games. You know, it was like 105 degrees in parts of France.
That don't make no sense. You knew them people was coming, and you didn't go down to Walmart and get some window air conditioning units.
Walmart in France.
It's late.
You go down there, $240. You can put a little air in these people's room. That's a damn shame.
How do you say Walmart in French, Steve?
Wilmar. Je ne sais Wilmar. And it make it sound like it's expensive too over there.
Yeah,
it's sexy.
Oh man, that's a nice shirt. Where you get that shirt? Wilmar. Really?
Junior will have a recap on the Olympics so far in his sports talk coming up later this morning. Coming up at 34 minutes after the hour, Sister Odell is back too. She'll be here to tell us about her Souls to the Polls ministry. Coming up right after this. You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Sister Odell, welcome back. Welcome back.
had you. Lord have mercy. Anyway, I ain't got a lot of time. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sister Odell.
Good. Ain't got a lot of time. Nice to see y'all again. I ain't been here in a while. You know, Steve, he been out for a minute, so that, you know.
Yes,
When
ma'am.
he's out, you're out? Uh-huh. That's how
Well,
it
you
goes.
know, truth be told, if he out, we all out. You know? Ain't no need to try to act like it ain't him. You know?
Well, Sister Odell, we understand you've been traveling all summer. You've been on this Souls to the Polls tour for
Souls to the polls, sweetie. You got to get in here. Get in here and vote. Kamala in here running for the presidency now.
Who?
Kamala.
What's her name?
Oh, you mean Kamala?
Kamala Harris.
That's what I
Vice
said.
President.
Kamala. Kamala.
Yes, ma'am.
You ain't never heard of Pamela? Pamela
Yes,
Jackson?
ma'am. Pamela.
Kamala.
Yes, ma'am.
Rhyme. It's what it is. Come on, little AKA. You know, I was there. You know, I'm not AKA or none of them. I'm an Eastern Star, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
But, you know, we all got to stick together.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm an
Yes,
Eastern
ma'am.
Star, Morning Star. I'm the bright and the other star.
Come on, sister.
Yes, Lord. I'm trying to get everybody out to these polls. You know, let me tell y'all something. We're going to stop all this here. We're going to prove who we is. Quit listening to these ignorant children out here running their damn mouth. Amber Rose need to go somewhere and sit her ass down. Why would you listen to somebody that wrote a note on their forehead?
A note.
What would you do that for?
Yes,
You know,
ma'am.
if you can make an ignorant enough decision to write a message on your forehead, you couldn't remember that. You couldn't have put it on the paper. You couldn't have saved it in your phone. You couldn't have told somebody. Tell your best friend so they can remind you. What you put it on your forehead for?
Yes, ma'am. I got a
Quit
question for
listening
you.
to. What you
Okay.
need, sweetie?
So, Sister Odell, are you going to Chicago to the Democratic National Convention? You got to get the souls to the polls. You going to be there, talk to the delegates. What's the plan?
Well, no, because they already gonna vote.
Okay.
I go where the voting is scarce, you know. I go down to the YMCA and, you know, get them people to vote. I go down there to to clubs and strip clubs and things like that where
Strip
people.
clubs.
Yeah. Who better to get off? You get them to the poll if they've been on the poll.
Keyword is poll.
See, you souls to the polls, polls to the polls. That's what you got to do. You got to know where you got to fit in. You get somebody used to being on the poll, it's easy to get them go to the poll.
Okay, I see your point. Okay. Makes sense.
Souls to the poll. You know, it all rhyme, you know. What is it? Souls to the polls. Go through the alphabet. Trolls to the polls.
Oh,
Okay.
the trolls. I like it. Yeah. Yeah.
H. Get them down to the polls.
They vote too. Come on.
Everybody
People
got
with
the
moles.
People got moles, got to get out to the polls. People with criminal records need to get to the polls. And remember now, you can vote too now if you got a record. A lot of places you can vote now, so make sure you don't let the fact that you done some time or you got a felony or something. I don't see how a person that's got a felony can't vote. You got a felony and can run.
Right. Right. You chose.
I'm on fire today.
What you say?
I'm on
Support
fire
your ministry, Sister Odell. We support your Souls to the Polls ministry. We definitely do.
Polls to the polls, souls to the polls ministry, and anybody else that want to go down there too. We just gotta get on down there and quit and blacks get to the polls too.
That's right. And vote early. That's right, Sister Odell.
And stop saying blacks for Trump, because I ain't met one yet.
Coming up next, thank you, Sister Odell. It is the nephew with today's prank phone call right after this. You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Coming up at about 4 minutes after the hour, it's my strawberry letter for today, and the subject is he's angry because I like his side piece. We'll get into that, find out what that's all about coming up in just a few, because right now it is time for the nephew and today's prank phone call. What you got for us, Neff?
We got an issue down there at the schoolhouse. Yo baby got my baby's name. Yo baby got my baby's name. We got to fix this. This is an issue. This is a problem. This is major. Yo baby got my baby name. We gonna have to call your baby something else. We got
No, we not.
we
have the
got
same
to.
name.
Let's go, Cat Dog. Yo baby got my baby name. Cat Dog, if you would.
Hello?
Hello, I'm trying to reach Patricia. Patricia.
Speaking. Who is this?
How you doing? Listen, my name is Floyd. I wanted to give you a call. Your daughter, she attends middle school, right?
I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Floyd.
Okay, what can I do for you?
Well, like I said, your daughter, she do go to middle school, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now her name is Derica.
Why you need to know that?
Okay. Well,
is something wrong or something?
No, nothing wrong. I mean, I don't mean to alarm you or nothing like that, but
okay,
let me see.
So what you calling me for?
Well, here's the situation. My daughter actually goes to middle school along with your daughter.
Okay.
And it's a bit of a problem that has arisen that me and my wife just found out about.
Okay. What, they having some issues, Derek and your baby, in some kind of like trouble or something?
No, nothing like that. But
my baby don't fool with nobody at that school. She don't mess with nobody. She on the honor roll and everything. I don't have no problems out of Derica.
Right.
Like none.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to figure out why you calling me.
Let me tell you, Miss Patricia, what the problem is. See, my daughter name is Derica.
Okay.
So and it just blew me and my wife away that it was another Derica that went to school.
Okay. All right. I don't know too many Dericas. That's a unique name. That's cute. Okay.
Right. Well, here's the problem. Me and my wife actually, when it was time to name our child, we thought we was really picking a name that nobody would ever pick out for their daughter. And to have another Derica in the school, that blew us away. And I guess the real reason why I'm trying to call you, Miss Patricia, see if there's something maybe we can work out. Maybe like your Derica, does she have a middle name or nickname she can be called by, in opposed to both of them being Derica, we really wanted our child to be the only one with this name.
Okay, wait the up. Now you calling me and you asking me to change my baby's name?
Well, I mean, you ain't really got to legally change. I mean, but just start calling her something else,
No, wait a minute. So what, you the naming police or something? Do you know how many Anns and Lewises and Patricias out there? What if I asked every in the United States to change their name from Patricia? You know how crazy that is?
And I understand that.
You must be on drugs.
No, what I'm trying to say is, this is something that we really have for our baby girl was this name, and we didn't want nobody else to have this. So does your Derica have a middle name she can use?
No. We're going to call her Derica like we've been calling her. You name your baby Dee. Let's call your baby Dee then. You change y'all change y'all baby name at the school.
I'm not calling my baby no Dee.
I don't give a what you call it, but I'm not changing my baby name.
Hey, listen, okay, look, I'm trying to call you and handle this like adults, but you seem to see you're going to push my button and take me to another level.
Obviously, you ain't calling me trying to handle no just asking me to change my baby name. Call my baby something else at the school because y'all want y'all baby name to be Derica and the only Derica in the school. Hey, you know how many other kids at the damn school got the same name?
I understand that, but for my baby girl, it ain't supposed to be like that.
Huh? Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your baby girl and your wife. But, I'm not changing my baby damn name. Y'all call y'all baby D.
No, what I'm trying to do is get it rectified that we can call.
So how the you get my phone number? I know that school ain't gave you my number.
I got your number. Don't worry about how I got it. The problem is, what we're talking about right now is what can we start calling your child?
I don't give a I know that school ain't called you and gave you my damn number.
Listen, ma'am, all I'm trying to do is figure out what can we start calling your daughter.
Derica, like she been being called. You and your wife, y'all need to go down to the vital statistics office and get y'all baby name or conjure up some other kind of name for her. But my baby gonna keep the same damn name.
Let me explain something to you. I've been trying to be calm with you.
You done lost your
But if you don't find something else to call her, I'm gonna get all the other kids to start talking.
Number. How you get my number?
Don't worry about how I got the number. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. If you don't find another name, I'm gonna start getting the kids to call your daughter something else.
You get them to call my baby something else. I promise you, I'm whipping everybody's who call my baby something else.
You're gonna have to change your baby name. I want my baby name to be Derrica.
Joe, come up in here. This is
excuse me? My princess is supposed to be the only one named Derrica.
Had a children call your baby something else at the school.
I'm going to have these kids starting tomorrow at school calling your daughter something else.
I'm not staying on this phone with you like this number. Hang up off my phone and don't call me.
Let me tell you something. I got one more thing I need to say to you. You listen to me?
What?
Are you listening to me?
I'm listening to you. What?
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your girlfriend.
I'm gonna get her. Wait, that's better. Oh, y'all my favorite one. Yo, come in. They didn't prank me on this phone. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's so bad.
You all right, baby?
I'm so sorry. Yes, I'm gonna get her.
Your girlfriend
I'm gonna get her.
You, baby.
Oh, that is so. Oh, I am so sorry. Oh, but you got my nerves bad this morning. Lord have mercy. Lord, I gotta catch my breath.
I got one more thing I gotta ask you, darling. What is the baddest? I'm talking about the baddest radio show in the land.
Steve Harvey Morning Show. I listen to y'all every morning. Y'all so crazy. Oh, y'all crazy. Lord have mercy. Y'all got my blood pressure up this morning. I love y'all. I listen to y'all show every morning.
Ain't nothing changed, Steve Harvey. I know you back first day and everything, but let's get some prank and praise up in here. Ain't nothing changed. Come on. Come on here. Come on. What?
Ooh. Man, you the best.
Ooh.
OMG.
This how he come back. Just like this.
I could never. You just so.
Boy, stop.
I don't know
Buffalo,
how
New York. Stop. Buffalo, New York, I'm coming your way. Nephew Tommy's House Party Comedy Jam, August the 31st. That's Labor Day weekend, Saturday night at the
Buffalo ain't ever had this much greatness come before.
Shea Performing Arts Center. Shut up, Steve. Shea Performing Arts Center. The nephew is coming to town. Tickets on sale.
No, you want prank and praise. Don't stop me now. King of pranks is coming, Buffalo. Woo.
But the bad acting.
Laying in the cut Friday, September the 6th, Augusta, Georgia. The
all this greatness laying in the cut.
The Miller Theater, I will be there. Pay him no mind.
That's different than a prank, Steve.
It's coming. Exactly, stupid. You got to explain it to him. It makes no sense. Anyway.
Oh, that means so much to me, to be called stupid by the king of stupid.
And as we keep going, October 26th, we laying all the way in the cut, Lafayette, Louisiana, at the Heyman Center. Nephew Tommy and friends will be there.
At the Heyman Center, he laying all the way in the cut. I ain't know you could lay down no more in the cut. I thought once you laid in the cut, you was in there. But he gonna lay all the way in it at the Heyman Center.
Tickets available at the Heyman Center box office in Lafayette, Louisiana.
That's the only place you can get them tickets, too. Don't go nowhere else looking for them. They ain't got Ticketmaster down there. They just going to be at the Heyman Center. Might well just get them when you get down there. Why make 2 trips?
You wanted him back, Tommy. You wanted your
Welcome
uncle
back.
He the best.
Thank you, nephew. Coming up next, Strawberry Letter for today. He's angry because I like his side piece is the subject. We'll get into it right after this.
He get any better, I ain't going to be able to take no more.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com by clicking Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now. And you never know, this one right here could be yours.
It could be yours. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is. Strawberry Letter.
All right, nephew, thank you. Subject, he's angry because I like his side piece. Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm a 48-year-old single mother of a 28-year-old grown man. Like me, my son started having children at an early age. I encouraged him to marry the mother of his 3 children, so they went to the courthouse in 2022 and got married. His wife has done a complete 360. She means 180, but she said 360. She means 180. Now that she's married, or now that they're living together, and we can see who she really is. He has tried to overlook her weed smoking, drinking, and hanging out with hoochies. He's told me that he's trying to make it work. That was before last month. He went to the grocery store with me, and we ran into one of my friends and her daughter. The girl just bought a house and she runs her alterations business from home. My son could not take his eyes off of her. They exchanged phone numbers just in case his wife needed her alteration services. He called her as soon as he got back to my house, and they've been talking since then. He has been to her house before, but he won't tell me what happened. He has invited her to my house before to have dinner with us. I love this woman for him, and I feel bad that I forced him to marry the mother of his kids. I told him that I'm sorry that he's in a bad marriage, but I was only thinking of his children when I told him to get married. He went off on me and called me a meddler, and he said I'm wrong for liking the new girl so much. He should be mad at her for putting that thing on him and confusing him. Should I take the blame for what's going on in his life, or was this bound to happen? Why is all of this anger directed at me? Well, yeah, a lot of it is directed at you, Mom, because like you say, you forced him to marry this woman. I mean, he's mad at you. He's mad at himself because he's in a crazy situation with a crazy baby mama. He loves his kids, so that's why it wasn't hard for him to go ahead and marry the girl. But he probably wouldn't have done it if you hadn't talked him into it or forced him, as you say. That's why you're getting it from him. But Mom, you are way, way, way too much into this business. I mean, he already has called you a meddler. Get you some business. He's an adult. You got to stay out of this, or he will always be mad at you for something. You got to stop giving him your opinion about who you like and dislike, all of that. You got to stop disliking the side piece. You have no opinion at all. Don't bring the subject up. Don't talk to him about it if he brings it up. Just listen. Basically, just mind your business. Okay, and help with the grandkids, which I assume you're doing anyway. The question is, can you do that, messy mama? Can you? Steve.
Well, what a letter to come back to. And now the subject is he angry because I like his side piece. Well, let's get into this. It's so much wrong with this letter from the get-go. Dear Shirley and Steve, I'm a 48-year-old single mother of a 28-year-old grown man. Let's stop right there. At one point, you got to quit calling yourself a single mother. You've got to just stop. I mean, if he 28, you just said he was a grown man. That's what you said. And he 28. You can stop calling yourself a single mother. Because you ain't got to keep mother. He 28. He a grown man. We got to get a cutoff point where you quit using single mother. Now, it's hard to be a single mother. I got it. It's a thankless job. I got it. Some of the greatest men that came from homes headed by single mothers. I got it. But we don't need that in these strawberry letters. That's all I'm saying. We just don't need it. Not in the strawberry letter. And then you say, like me, my son was having kids at an early age, and then you told him that he ought to go on and marry the mother of his 3 children. He had 3 children by this girl, and he married him. So they went to the courthouse in 2022 and got married. Now the wife didn't change. Now that they've been living together, he's tried to overlook who she really is now. He's tried to overlook her weed smoking. She ain't just started smoking weed. You overlooked that weed smoking when you was making them 3 babies too. Don't try to blame this on the weed now. You knew she smoked weed before y'all had the first baby. Drinking and hanging out with the hoochies. You met this woman hanging out somewhere. And you probably sent a drink over to her.
So now, let's get all that out the way. Now, you and him went to the grocery store. See, here we go. This single mother taking her 28-year-old. How many single mothers still go to the grocery store with their 28-year-old boy? I just want you to. Now, you done took your 28-year-old boy down to the grocery store, ran up into one of your friends, and her daughter was with him. The girl had just bought a house. She runs an alteration business from her home, and your son couldn't take his eyes off of her. She bought a house, and she runs the alterations business from her home. Mm-hmm. This girl can sew.
Yeah, I need her.
Lord have mercy. I wouldn't have been able to take my eyes off of her either. I'm looking at her and a new wardrobe. I'm just looking. Oh, I see more than a woman. I see a woman with a house and the ability to increase my wardrobe. Well, he couldn't take his eyes off of her, so when we'll get back, we're going to find out what happened after that.
All right, we'll have part 2 of Steve's response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Today's Strawberry Letter subject, he's angry because I like his side piece. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. He's angry because I like his side piece.
Yeah, so this mother who's 48 years old and got a 28-year-old grown man son, still want to be called a single mother. You were a single mother. You're just a mother now, okay? You're just a mother now because you don't have to raise him no more. So you just a mother. You did a great job. Thank you, sister. And thank you to all the single mothers out there that do a wonderful job. This ain't about you. We just don't want to hear about that in these letters no more. That ain't because now we're not talking about parenting anymore. He's a 28-year-old man and he making grown man decisions. He got 3 babies of his own. You told him to go on and marry the girl for the sake of the kids. He did it. Now they don't like each other. The girl smoked weed, she drank, and she hang out with hoochies. He knew that when they was making them 3 babies. That's why he hadn't married her yet, because of her weed smoking, drinking, and hanging out with hoochies. So he was just making babies. That's why he hadn't asked her to marry her yet, because of those 3 things right there. Now they married, he don't like it no more. So you take your 28-year-old down to the grocery store. I don't know what woman is still taking a 28-year-old grown man down to the grocery store. Oh, what he need help for down at the damn grocery store? He don't know how to pick out bread. What he need? What is you down there teaching him at the grocery store that he shouldn't already know? Every time I send you down there, he bring back a bad watermelon. We're going to learn how to pick a watermelon today. Now, lady, stop. Anyway, she ran up into a friend of hers, and the friend had a daughter with her. Now, the daughter has her own business, just bought a house, and her business is she does alterations out of her house. Well, your son couldn't take his eyes off of her because she fine. Now, he got the girl's number, and guess what he say? He say he got the girl's number just in case his wife needed her alteration service. What? What? You think the 28-year-old man got that fine chick's number for his wife that he don't like in case she needs some alteration service? That's what you think he got the number for? Girl, bye. The hell you getting her number for your wife? You don't even like her wife. You don't care what the wife got on?
The smoke weed.
Okay. So now he called her as soon as he got back to your house. He called her right away. Ain't mentioned his wife dressed that need letting out. Because all her clothes need letting out right now. The wife clothes.
Why? Because what?
You know, you don't know how old the children are. And God bless women, but women do have to suffer a little bit when they have children. That baby weight be on them. So you got to let some of these clothes out right now. And he didn't mention them clothes.
Really?
Yeah, he called her.
Now, she do alterations. That's all she do. She do alterations from her house. He didn't mention his wife needing her clothes let out. That's why the mama called her a hoochie, because she dressed all them tight-ass clothes. Well, she done had 3 babies, and clothes going to fit a little bit different.
Only
and
you.
The dresses automatically get shorter, because if you get more badunka, that dress going to get shorter.
Anyway.
Because you got to go over the heel.
Shorter in the back. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you got to get over that heel now. Lord, bless the heel. Bless the heel. So now, they've been talking since they met. He's been to her house before, and he won't tell me what happened. Lady, most men that go over a girl's house don't call their mama and tell them, Mama, if you'd have seen me last night, girl, you'd have been proud of me. I put something on her. Mama, I was in that girl. Woo! You remember when you was single, Mama? When you was back there making me? Ain't nobody having that conversation with his mama, man.
What? No.
Now she mad cause he ain't told her about the. Well, you know what that happened. Anyway, he done been over the house before. And they obviously in some type of relationship. He won't tell you what happened. He's invited the girl to his mother's house before to have dinner with us. Still ain't called the wife about this alterations yet. But they're over your house eating. But you fixing plates for them, though.
Yeah.
That's what you doing. I told him, and I feel bad that I forced him to marry the mother of his kids. I told him I'm sorry he's in a bad marriage, but I was only thinking of the children. He went off on me and called me a meddler and said, I'm wrong for liking the new girl so much. Now he blaming you for that? Y'all relationship is damaged. Y'all need to quit talking to each other about each other's business. What the hell you like her so much for? Well, you brought over there for dinner. What's she gonna do? Look, I ain't got no advice for neither one of y'all. Quit talking to each other. He's not gonna stop talking to the alteration lady.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Leave your comments on today's Strawberry Letter on Instagram at Steve Harvey FM, and check us out on the Strawberry Letter podcast on the free iHeartRadio app, where free never sounded so good. Now, coming up next, it is Junior and a recap of the Paris Summer Games and sports talk right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for Junior and sports talk. Junior, what you got?
Well, we already know who the fastest man on earth is. We know who that is. We know who that would be. Did anybody get to see this race? Lord have mercy.
Yes.
I saw it. Yeah.
Noah Lyles, first place, USA, 9-7 is what he won with.
Nice.
Now, I didn't think he won, and I didn't know who won. I couldn't tell because that
I thought the Jamaican won.
I thought the Jamaican won too, Keyshawn Thompson. I couldn't really tell. It was
Well,
that
when
close.
I saw him line up at the line, you know what I said? Just some fast-ass people standing over there, dog.
Some of the fastest men in the world standing in that line.
Yeah, man.
All of them was black. I said, boy, it's some heat finna come down the line. And the Italian that won the last Olympics, I don't know where he was at, but he wasn't in it, though.
It was
But
good.
no, it was
Them boys
actually a
moving,
good
man.
race, and you know what, the introduction was good, man. When they started the introduction, they turned them lights out in that stadium. Them brothers they put them out there, and they walked out there, man. I said, man, they doing a lot for this 100. But let's not forget who else though. How would we feel about Shakari?
Feel wonderful.
I'm not
I
mad.
feel wonderful.
I'm not mad.
She got a silver medal. I don't know what everybody is talking about. Like that's easy to do.
Right.
Oh, wait, I missed that one.
Okay,
You missed
She got
the race.
second.
Shakari got silk. She got silk
In the 100?
in the 100. Yes.
Yes.
Behind who?
Julian Alfred. Her name's Julian Alfred. She's out of St. Lucia.
And nobody knew nothing about her, Steve.
That's St. Lucia girl. Man,
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
that was the other day. See, they show it so backwards over here. I don't know what's happening.
But she went to the
She worked out
University
with
of
the people in
Texas.
Jamaica.
No. Yeah, and she went to the University of Texas. It's all good.
We did get 2 Americans out there that got medals.
Hey,
though,
man.
because the brother came in third.
Junior,
What's up?
can I do the very quick Steve Black Olympic report?
Go ahead, do that.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the super fast Steve Harvey Olympic Report. First of all, white folks won all the medals in whitewater rafting. Need to know that? Let's get that out the way. White folks won all of that. A black dude damn near won in the fencing thing, but a white dude stuck his ass so hard, he damn near fell out. So he lost that right there. It looked like France was going to win in fencing, but they didn't. USA looked like they were going to win. They started crying. Back to beach volleyball. I don't know who win it. I just like watching it. I don't really give a damn. But them bikinis be jumping up real high, swatting the ball, and I be going, yes. I be clapping for everybody. So somebody winning the medal, but I don't know who it is. Once again, white folks dominated in all the swimming events. Wasn't number white man after white man touching that wall. America finally got ahead of Australia in the medal count, but them Australians can swim too. You know why? Because they white. That's what it's all about when you watch swimming. I'll have another Olympic report coming to you anytime you want it.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Junior. Coming up at the top of the hour, a lady needs some advice, Steve, on how to love someone that's always sick. We'll get into that right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, this is from Svetlana in Corpus Christi. She says, the guy that I'm dating is older and he's had a lot of health problems. I have been with him for 2 years and I feel obligated to help him when he needs me to do things for him. He has become a burden and I told him. He said that he was considering marriage, but I am not marrying a man that is always ill. He won't let me talk to any of his doctors and I think it's unfair. Is it possible to love him with my whole heart but not want to take care of him? Am I being selfish?
Yeah, just don't love him with your whole heart. Just take a piece of it that's on the out. Look, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. Before you take them vows, rich or poor, sickness and in health, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't stand up there with that ring and say that. Because you already don't want to.
Change the vibe.
You okay with rich or poor, but for sickness and in health, and he stays sick.
Yeah.
And he won't let you talk to none of the doctors because he don't want you to know how bad it is. See, now he done spent his whole life being a little player, running around doing like he want to do. Now he done got his ass old. Now he looking for a helpmate. No. Leave his sick ass alone before you wind up in I'm telling you right now. Hell no. You're going to wind up wiping him. I'm telling you right now. This ain't the kind of love. This ain't the kind of love you want. This ain't the kind of love you want. I don't want to have to wipe you. we're not having that relationship. We're not that close. Talking about you gonna roll over now. No, dog. No, you can slide to the edge of this mattress and clean yourself. But what we're not going to do. Oh, no. You can get up on the edge of this door. We can hold this door open. I can put a tile up against this door. You can slide them down the crack of this door. But what I'm not finna do is wipe you. I can go outside and I can get that garden hose and bring it through the window for you. You can wash yourself. But I'm not fitting to wipe you.
So
you can go out on that front lawn with that little sprinkler that go around like this.
Yeah.
And you can bounce your ass around that yard while that sprinkler firing off up in you. But I'm not finna wash you. So I suggest, this is just me now.
This is cold right here. Woo.
Break it off. You ain't even really in love with him. You really ain't.
Well, she said she is with her whole heart, though. She said.
No, she not. Mm-hmm. She said, can you really, what was the last question? Say it again.
She said, is it possible to love him with my whole heart, but not want to take care of him?
Well, just see, your whole heart ain't loving him. See, that ain't your whole heart. Stop saying it's your heart. A part of your heart loves him. The other part of your heart don't want to wash him. No,
so half and half.
You can love somebody and not want to take care of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Come on now. You know how many women I've loved looking at? I don't want to take care of them.
Okay. All right.
I'm just not finna do that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So she should leave him, you're saying, basically.
Right now.
Because it's going to lead to what?
Right now.
Don't wait.
To what?
What is you waiting on? You already know you're not finna do this. You ain't even that type of girl.
2 years they've been together, though, Steve. 2 years.
She didn't go to school for nursing. That ain't what she went down there for.
Yeah.
She went down there to be a nail tech. She a nail tech. She didn't go out now. You can't wipe nobody and be a nail tech now. I'm just telling you right now. That's the last thing you want to do is get something under your nails. That's the last thing you want to do.
Mysteries. Yeah.
This ain't going to work. It ain't no need. Y'all, look, break it off.
But she says she feels obligated, Steve.
Stop feeling obligated. You feel obligated because you with him. Mm-hmm. Get away from him and stop feeling obligated.
Okay. All right. Coming up in 20 minutes after the hour.
All right, go on down there, ma'am, if you want to.
Of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up right after this. He's back. That's all we can say. He's back.
Be spoon feeding him in a minute.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, here we go again. Cardi B has announced yet again that she is divorcing Offset. She filed for divorce back in 2020, remember, but that didn't go through. They didn't go through with it. A year later, she had a son by her husband, Offset. Now Cardi B is pregnant with her third child, Offset's sixth. Cardi posted a picture on Instagram with her baby bump showing, and the caption said, quote, "With every ending comes a new beginning." Offset and Cardi married back in 2017, and according to Us Weekly, Offset swore that cheating was not involved. At any rate, it has to be heartbreaking to go through a divorce while you're pregnant.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's sad.
I guess they grew apart. I think that's what happened. They grew apart.
Yeah, they just
got to quit telling everything, though.
What do you mean?
I mean, just everybody go to Instagram with their whole life. Just quit telling your business. But just have some business on y'all might can work it out if you quit telling everybody you're leaving, because every time you leave, you end up getting back together.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know how they say, this is it. I'm never going back. Yeah. This sounds like what she's doing this time.
Well, see, I got divorced before social media. Once I say I'm going, I'm pretty much out. You can about I'm pretty much going to douches, baby. I'm
like, that's right.
Yeah. Getting divorced. I'm not going back. I'm telling you right now, you can put a camera in my house if you want to. You can make me a reality show. Once I say I'm out, I'm out. Ain't no episode next week. I'm out. You got to cap it up. Steve, go, divorce. Wrap it up.
We'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 33 minutes after the hour. We'll play a round of Would You Rather right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time for a round of Would You Rather, guys. Would you rather attempt pole vaulting or attempt to do fencing in the Olympics? Which one? Pole vaulting
or
fencing?
Fencing. Yeah. Fencing. And probably win.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. When I was younger, I know I could do that. Yeah. I could fence. That pole vault, that's what I'm not going to do.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because right now I ain't got enough speed. Once that pole bend, once I stick it in the ground and the pole bend, it's going to just shoot my ass back to where I started running at.
Like a rubber band.
Yeah. Soon as I stick that pole in the ground and it bend, it's going to fly my ass right back to the start line. Because I ain't got enough to get up in the air.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that takes skill. That takes skill. Yeah. All right. Would you rather sail around the world for a year, or would you rather fly around the world? Which one? Are we sailing or are we flying?
Steve's sailing around for a year. That's what he's doing.
Falling out of control over there.
I'm going to go with fly.
Yeah. Junior?
Yeah, I'm going to fly around the world.
Not sailing.
Because I can't sail.
We don't know nothing about sailing.
So you just want me in just a kayak just going around the world. I ain't got enough money for the boat he on.
So your boat game.
My boat game ain't enough to be selling. Now these plane tickets a different story. I got that.
You okay?
All right. Would you rather have an ingrown toenail or would you rather have an ingrown hair on your chin? Toenail
ingrown hair. We got to be able to walk around.
Yeah, not the toe.
Okay.
Hell, y'all take ingrown hair. I deal with them all the time. That ain't nothing.
All right. Bungee jump from the Eifel Tower or swim in the river Seine?
That's the one in Paris.
Okay, that one. Would you rather bungee jump from the Eiffel Tower, or would you rather swim in the River Seine?
Well, I don't know. I got a strong chance of dying either way, so.
So pick your poison. Which one would you rather?
Well, I'm gonna get that life. Give me a life vest, because you bungee jump off the Eiffel Tower. Where you go bungee jump? Which way you gonna swing? You in New York?
That's concrete.
Yeah, you in New York. You can't swing once you jump off that Empire State Building. Or that ain't nowhere to swing.
We said Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Eiffel Tower, Paris.
You took us to New York.
How'd you get to New York? You've been gone too long. You didn't travel all over.
Get your geography together.
He either sailed or flew. We do know that.
I'm telling you right now, if you bungee jump off the Eiffel Tower, you know the Eiffel Tower is wider at the bottom.
Yeah, we do know that. Yeah.
So when you jump, you got one swing.
Ooh. All right. All right. Would you rather have an end of summer family barbecue or a family fish fry? Which one?
I got tired of family. I don't give a damn which one.
Coming up, it's our last break of the
menu.
day.
It's not the menu.
You fry that fish quicker. Eat this fish and go home. Here you go.
That's today's round of Would You Rather. Last break of the day coming up, and we'll close out the show with the one and only Steve Harvey right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, it's our last break of the day. Steve Harvey is back in the building from vacation. We missed you.
Yeah. I got some closing remarks too.
Okay.
I've been away, and so I'm pretty sure everything I'm about to say has been said by somebody somewhere. I'm almost certain of that. But I still feel obligated to put my 2 cents in. When I first heard the news that Biden was stepping down and that Madam Vice President Kamala Harris was going to be taking over the Democratic nomination, I was overjoyed. This is an opportunity here, again, for us to show who we are, to demonstrate the power of our vote. I want to remind you all something. It was our vote that turned around the last presidential election that got Joe Biden in over Donald Trump. I want to remind you of what happened in Michigan. I want to remind you of what happened in Wisconsin. I want to remind you what happened in Georgia. I want to remind you what happened in Philadelphia. I want to remind you that it was all going their way until they got into the blue section of town, into the inner cities. Those votes turned it around. As a matter of fact, it was 1,100 of them that cost him, Donald Trump, the election in Georgia. Oh, he was trying so hard to get that overturned. He did everything in his power. That was us. It's going to be us again. And then you have the power to put people in office who you want, who have a tendency to lean towards you. But let's remember something. Stop looking for people with all these black agendas. And you have to start finding people that have agendas that affect black people. You can't run on a black agenda because then you run the risk of alienating whites. You already know how this game go. So let's stop playing this. We have an opportunity now. And I was thinking about this too. You know what? I'm pretty sure that Vice President Kamala Harris didn't see this coming. It may have crossed her mind from time to time. I'm pretty sure as we were all sitting there watching the debate, man, this is not going good for the Democratic Party. But sometimes your jump comes in the form of a push. I'm pretty sure at the beginning of the year, she didn't think she'd be the Democratic nominee for the presidency. But due to a turn of events and the way life hands you your cards sometimes, she got dealt this hand. And what a magnificent person to play it. I want to see her and Donald Trump debate.
Donald Trump's not going to do it. It's such a glaring difference. Oh, it's okay to go in there and bully Joe over and Joe forgetting what to say and all this here. But if you go in here against this woman, you finna find out what real intellect is about. You're about to find out what real qualifications in politics is about. And it's such a glaring instance. And so I'm proud to cast my vote for her. I want all of us to get behind this woman. You know, stop all this foolishness, man, about are you really black? Prove yourself. White people don't ever have to prove they white. You ever had a white person have to prove they white? All they got to do is show up in whatever skin they in, and they automatically qualify as white. Why is it that we have to have all this criteria to say we black? The sister went to Howard University. The woman is an AKA. The woman's father is black. What do you want? What do you want? If one of your parents is black, I have news for you. You black. The fact that she claims that is enough. She don't have to keep proving this to us. What's wrong with us? What has happened to us, man, where we are so in the tear down business of one another? We've got to stop this. We've got to get out of the tear down business and get in the uplift business. I'm sick of us going on podcasts destroying each other. I don't see white entertainers going on podcasts to destroy the other white entertainers. That's just us. We got to stop this, man, and we got to stop supporting that. What happened to our love for one another? What happened to us cheering for one another? What happened to us supporting for one another, wanting us to be the best that we can be? What happened to us wanting us to have an example for our children to look at? We were so proud to say to our children and grandchildren, look at President Barack Obama. Well, we need to have that same feeling towards President hopeful Kamala Harris. It just doesn't make any sense. This wasn't planned at all. Can you not understand, man, that we are on the cusp of something happening that I never thought would happen? Do you know that I'm old enough to be in utter shock when Barack Obama won? I was in utter shock because I didn't think in my lifetime I would live to see a black man be president of this country. Well, guess what? We're on the cusp of something else, too. There is an opportunity for a black woman to become the president of the United States. And if you don't see the benefit of that, something is wrong with you. You need to check your self-esteem at the door. You need to get some, man. This woman is qualified. She is more than qualified. I'll tell you one thing. She's more than qualified than he is. That's for damn sure. We go into the polls. The next president of the United States will be President Kamala Harris. That's the mission. Let's get to it. Talk to y'all tomorrow.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.